The Biden administration announced the application for student debt relief has officially opened.
Are you using hair straightening chemicals and products? You might be in danger.
And we head to the state fair to get the story behind the famous Pinata Man. Stay tuned.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Chase Palmer.
And I'm April Pinata. Texans go to the polls for early voting beginning next Monday. Election officials here are predicting a good turnout even though it is a midterm election. But in 18 states, early voting has already started, and in Georgia, voters are coming out in record numbers. Georgia set a new state record for midterm votes after yesterday's polls closed. The number of first-day early voters was double the number from previous midterm elections. At stake in that election are two big races. Both the governor and one of the U.S. Senate seats is up for grabs.
One of the major issues that is part of this election cycle is student college debt forgiveness. Just a few weeks ago, President Biden announced a plan to erase thousands of student loan debts, and today it's official. ntTV's Kelsey Clark is at the UNT Student Financial Services Office with more on the story. Kelsey?
That's right, Chase. The application has finally opened up for student debt forgiveness. Millions of Americans are eligible, and all they have to do is apply. Ivan Rodriguez has more.
President Joe Biden touting the formal launch of the application process for the administration's student loan forgiveness plan on Monday.
If you have federal student debt, please visit studentaid.gov.
Borrowers with federally held student loans are now eligible to apply for up to $10,000 in debt cancellation if they make less than $125,000 per year, and as much as $20,000 if they were also Pell Grant recipients. Relief is also available for graduate students and parents who borrowed Federal Plus loans if the borrower meets the income requirements.
In total, more than 40 million Americans can stand to benefit from this relief.
The Department of Education says it will email at least 8 million borrowers who will be considered for debt relief but don't need to apply because the department already has their income information. This phase of the administration's debt cancellation program is building onto a pandemic-era pause in federal student loan repayment that is set to restart in January.
The Department of Education has told us that if you apply for debt cancellation by the middle of November, you'll be able to get your student debt canceled before payments restart.
Advocates say this is an important move toward easing the financial burden of higher education on Americans.
We look at this application as the first step towards not only unleashing the full potential of borrowers and students and parents, but of the entire economy.
Borrowers looking for relief have until December 31st, 2023 to apply. In Washington, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
To find out if you qualify, visit studentaid.gov. That's all I have for you tonight. Back to you, Chase and April.
Anna May Wong, a Hollywood trailblazer, will be the first Asian American on U.S. currency. She was the first Asian American film star in Hollywood, starting her career at only 14 years old. She quickly rose to fame, landing her first leading role in 1922 when she was 17. Wong died in 1961. The American Women Quarters program calls for 5 new coins each year from 2022 through 2025. Wong's quarter will be the 5th released this year. More than 300 million Wong quarters are expected to be created, so keep an eye on your change to see if you get this historic coin.
Well, April, it sure was chilly this morning. I was excited to wear my favorite sweater this morning.
Well, Chase, after that insane summer heat, we are definitely in some need of some nice cool temperatures. Let's check with our weather anchor, Courtney Hill, for our first look. Courtney?
Thanks, you guys. So in Denton, Texas, we are experiencing cooler temperatures. Right now in Denton, we are sitting at 63 degrees, but it is running really low right now for temperatures. We usually would be around the 70-degree mark, but we are in the low 60s. Tonight, around 10 p.m., we are going to drop all the way down to 48 degrees, but from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m., we are going to experience a temperature freezing, so please be careful if you decide to go out tonight. And then tomorrow, we're going to rise all the way back up to 68 degrees, not too hot, not too cold, pretty good weather for Denton, Texas. That's all I have for you right now, but if you stay tuned with me until after the break, I will have your full 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Courtney. And for some great news tonight from San Antonio, city officials proudly announced the city has placed 1,600 people into permanent homes. San Antonio is the first of 70 cities in the House of America pledge to meet the goal of housing at least 1,500 homeless persons. Over $20 million of voter-approved funds from the American Rescue Plan bond were used in rehousing. 18% of San Antonio's households are living or at below the poverty line. The city says they're planning to build another 1,000 permanent housing units over the next 10 years.
The Girl Scouts of America recently received a gift far better than Thin Mints. The organization was gifted its largest donation from a single individual ever. Mackenzie Scott, ex-wife of Jeff Bezos, donated a whopping $84.5 million. In a press release, the Girl Scouts said that the national chapter and Scott herself would be choosing 29 local councils to receive the funds. The chapters will use the funds partly as membership grants for, quote, under-engaged communities and to develop leadership programs for the Scouts. With this money, the group said they will expand their focus on career readiness and mental wellness for their growing 2.5 million members.
Luck is falling on more than just the Girl Scouts. A Boston businessman, Rob Hale, made a very generous decision to give back to his community. To do so, he's donating $1 million a week to nonprofits. For the whole year, CNN Paul's Burton explains more.
We're very fortunate, and our belief is that we should extend those good tidings as deeply into the community as possible.
Rob Hale has deep pockets, but even a bigger heart. He runs Granite Telecommunications in Quincy, and for the past year, he and his wife Karen have been on a very unique mission of gifting $1 million a week to small nonprofits for 52 weeks straight.
There were so many vital, impactful, smaller organizations in our communities that needed help, and let's give a gift of $1 million a week, 52 weeks in a row.
The impact of their giving is being felt throughout the state, including former New England Patriots lineman Joanne Druzzi, who runs the Joanne Druzzi Foundation, which supports cancer patients.
To receive the phone call from Rob out of the blue and tell me and my wife that he loves what we do.
He invested $1 million, right, into an endowment for the Joanne Druzzi Foundation. I mean, and that's a major gift.
Many of the $1 million donations are going towards endowments to help nonprofits like South Shore Stars sustain itself.
It meant the world to us. It also has allowed us to ensure that we have funding for this coming year.
The Hale family has already gifted tens of millions of dollars to local hospitals and institutions. But for most of these smaller nonprofits, this is the single largest gift they've ever received. And many have been around for more than 20 years. For Sue Chandler at Dove, Domestic Violence Ended, the Hale gift will directly impact victims and survivors they serve.
This is absolutely our biggest gift ever, and we're looking for the possibility of a new building.
For Hale, whose photo is now on the cover of Forbes magazine, he knows the need is endless, which is why he and his wife enjoy giving so much.
When you realize that you're helping other people who then are going to help other people, it makes you feel so good. To me, it's a gift that we actually get.
The first $1 million of the year, donated in March, went to the New England Wildlife Center, an organization that provides veterinary care to wildlife in need.
Coming up, if you're using certain hair straightening products, you could be facing severe health consequences.
And UNT will welcome a world-famous jazz musician to campus in the coming weeks.
and catch me here later at the Super Pit to talk all about basketball. Back to you.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new
A popular fashion choice among women has now been found to cause serious health problems, according to National Institutes of Health. CNN's Mandy Gaither has this story.
It's a popular way to straighten hair, but chemicals and relaxers may increase uterine cancer risk over time.
These products can contain a lot of different chemicals of concern.
Alexandra White is lead author of a new National Institutes of Health study which followed more than 33,000 women for nearly 11 years.
Women who reported using chemical straighteners or relaxers had about a twofold higher risk of going on to develop uterine cancer.
White says that estimate is for those who reported using the products more than 4 times in the previous year. A majority of those who reported using straightener in the study are Black women. In 2022, the American Cancer Society estimates there will be nearly 66,000 new uterine cancer cases in the U.S., and mortality rates from the disease are rising, particularly among Black women.
So these chemicals are placed on your scalp and they can be absorbed into your bloodstream, and then they circulate throughout your body.
In another study, the same researchers found that permanent hair dye and straighteners may also increase breast and ovarian cancer risk.
You know, a number of factors can influence a woman's risk to go on to develop cancer, but this is one potential source of exposure to chemicals and potentially carcinogens that women could be aware of and could make choices to not use these products.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
You know, April, I don't know about you, but this fall season comes with fall fashion. I got my hoodies and flannels ready for the week.
Well, Chase, don't get your hopes up. This is Texas. The weather can change at any moment. Our weather anchor, Courtney Hill, has more on this week's weather. What you got for us, Courtney?
Yes, April, Texas weather can change. Like I said before in the first look, we are sitting in way below normal temperatures in the 60s. We usually are in the 70s right now. Mid 60s to low 60s right now across North Texas. Fort Worth sitting at 64 degrees. Sherman, Texas sitting at 67. Bowie sitting all the way down at 60 degrees. And if you take across the region, a look across the region, Oklahoma City is sitting at 55 degrees cooler than everyone else, at 68 degrees in Abilene, 69 in Austin, so they are experiencing warmer temperatures. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. If you are planning to go to the State Fair this week, I believe it's a really good weekend to go. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we are sitting in the mid-80s with low temperatures in the 60s, so not hot, not too cold. But Monday, we are going to experience some showers with a 68% percentage of chance of rain. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are going to be good weather as well. That's all I have for your 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Courtney. Well, it does sound like this is a perfect week to head to the State Fair. and take in the midway, the food, and the great rides.
And along with that, you can also take in an artistic display unlike any others. Tonight's Valet Herrera is with us for a special look for the culture.
Thanks, guys. I went to the State Fair last week and met an upcoming artist who has a modern twist on a cultural icon. As the Spanish classics blast through the atmosphere, paper picado banners hang across the ceilings. Guests of the State Fair are welcomed by not only the vendors, but the larger-than-life sculptures of the Catrinas. In the mini exhibit that is off to the side, fans of the artwork can meet the creator himself, Alfonso Hernandez, who is also known as the Pinata Man. Hernandez has always had experience with sculpting, but it wasn't until 2016 that he had the opportunity to branch out and experiment with pinata making.
With it is because I was able to create something, bigger than what I was planning.
It wasn't long after that he connected with Rafael Luna, the producer of Mundo Latino.
Rafael Luna's been in that business for, over 20 years. And a lot of paper mache artists show up with a piñata that's basically, show, gallery type art,
Being at the State Fair is a massive milestone for Hernandez's career.
I'm surprised, I'm stunned, I'm like, wow, I did that, and I think people have the same reaction.
This is only the beginning. Hernandez expresses that he hopes that as his work grows, he is able to straighten the impact on the Latino community and as well as the piñata making industry.
Front of the table, they're not hiding them in the back or nothing. They're just getting a lot better, and they're being brought to the forefront. And that's not something that was there, 2-3 years ago, 5 years ago.
It was such a great experience meeting the Pinata Man himself. I honestly cannot wait to see what he has in store for us next year. Rumor has it he's planning on releasing do-it-yourself piñata kits. That's it for now. Chase and April, back to you at the desk.
Coming up, we take a dive into the variety of resources the UNT Media Library offers.
And if you're craving a fresh Krispy Kreme donut, you might not have to drive too far anymore. Stay with us.
UNT is more than 125 years in the making. To find new solutions, we create a new point of view. We know what's possible when creativity, originality, and independent thought converge. We're ranked a Tier 1 research university. We're home to excellence the size of Texas. Define your future at UNT and soar to new heights.
Imagine it's ice cream day at the office. And everyone from the day before voted for their favorite flavor. Everyone but you. You decided not to vote. The flavor they picked isn't the one that you wanted. But can you really complain? Shh! Now imagine that with an elected official.
Choose not to vote, choose not to be heard. Get registered today.
Pioneering the first collegiate jazz program, the University of North Texas is celebrating 75 incredible years this weekend.
Our live shot anchor Meredith Pascal is at the Music Building to let us know more about the reunion. Meredith?
The University of North Texas is celebrating 75 years of its one-of-a-kind jazz program. To commemorate the success and longevity, UNT will be hosting events for the anniversary celebration, including performances from the 7-time Grammy-nominated 1 O'Clock Lab Band, along with alumni jazz ensembles, vocalists, and combos. These events will be held Thursday, October 20th through Saturday, October 22nd, and tickets have already gone on sale, so go ahead and head to the UNT calendar website to reserve a spot. April and Chase, back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Meredith. A special guest performance is coming up following the 75th anniversary of UNT's jazz program. Renowned musician and composer Wynton Marsalis will be performing with the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra November 4th at the Murchison Performing Arts Center. They will be performing as part of the university's Fine Arts Series, with UNT's 1 O'Clock Lab Band performing as the opening act. Tickets are now on sale and students can claim theirs for free.
UNT students have probably heard about the Media Library, but do they really know what all the library has? If you're looking for a movie, TV show, or video game to rent, Chilton Hall might just be your next destination.
Media Library is located in Chilton Hall, room 111, where it hosts a vast assortment of DVDs, tapes, and laserdiscs for film and TV, as well as the college's collection of video games and board games. The library hosts a quiet environment where students come together to study or play games, but it also serves as the meeting place for UNT's esports groups, D&D sessions, and team building exercises.
I think it's a great place to kind of have a socializing area. You're not expected to check anything out. It's kind of a space for you to hang out, so everybody kind of needs that space. So if you can't have that in your dorm room, you just want to be out, you know, with other friends in a bigger, wider area. I think it's a great space for that.
You can check out content from the library's assortment of over 80,000 films and TV, or even a video game console with controllers and games. The Media Library will be moving to a new location over the coming year, so be sure to check their catalog at library.unt.edu for any media you are interested in checking out, where they will be able to get most titles to you by the next day.
In addition to all these options for students to check out, the Media Library also hosts escape rooms. Check them out on UNT's website for more information.
You know what games I'm really interested in April? Campus intramural sports and our amazing basketball team.
Well, Chase, you're in luck because our sports anchor, Lillian Kosh, has the updates on UNT sports.
'Tis the season of sports. I have the latest on the MLB and basketball seasons, as well as UNT intramurals after the break.
Man, I have all these non-perishable food items and I don't know what to do with them.
I don't have any food at all.
Do you have too many non-perishable goods?
Yeah.
Have you run out of food and can't get any more?
Yeah.
Well, don't have a cow. Head on down to the UNT Food Pantry. Located behind Crumley Hall and Diamond Eagle Student Resource Center, the Food Pantry is the place for UNT students to get all the food they need. You'll be utterly surprised by all the options they have there. From gluten-free to lactose intolerant, even vegan and vegetarian, they have it all. Go to studentaffairs.unt.edu/food pantry for more information.
Move on down to the UNT Food Pantry.
Hi, I'm Kennedy, the president of Black Film Club, and what I love about BFC is the atmosphere and the members. The family feel that we have in our club is really genuine. What about you, Bree?
My name is Bree. I'm the vice president of Black Film Club, and what I love about Black Film Club is there is a small but close, like, little family. You know, I feel like a lot of times when you go to a PWI, it's hard to find like a Black community that share the same interests in you. So I'm very blessed and grateful to have, you know, found my family.
What I would say I like about Black Film Club is obviously the environment that it sets for everybody. I love the officers. I've been rocking with basically all of them since day one, since freshman year. We all came in here at the same time, all got involved with Black Film Club at the same time. So it's been a nice like community to grow with, and then seeing like new members come, seeing them get interested, seeing how they like Black film, teaching them what we can teach them before we leave, and giving them the mantle to take over. It's a blessing.
New York weather delayed the 5th game of the divisional series. This makes October 18th, 2022 the first time in MLB postseason history where ALDS and NLCS playoff games have landed on the same day. Typically, the division series games are all finished before the start of the championship series, but because of several rain delays, it has made the overlap possible this season. The Yankees and Guardians started finishing up the last divisional series game at Yankee Stadium at 3 o'clock. The Phillies and Padres will play Game 1 of the championship series in San Diego at 7. The divisional series winners will take on my home team, the Houston Astros, tomorrow night at 6:30. Today, the NBA season kicks off with the 76ers taking on the Celtics and the Lakers playing the Warriors, old rivalries renewed for a 77th NBA season. Last year, the Warriors won it all, winning the 2021 championship, and are expected to bring that energy back to the court. But I'll be interested to see if star player LeBron James can shut down and bring home a win to start the season. That game will be tonight at 9, and right after the show, change channels and tune in to watch the Celtics and the 76ers play at 6:30. And as temperatures start to chill, excitement for UNT basketball season starts to heat up. The men's basketball broadcast schedule was released today, giving you time to plan where you will watch our back-to-back champions shoot some hoops. The season consists of 31 regular season games, and 19 of them will be broadcasted on ESPN+, and another 5 will be on national television, such as ESPNU and CBS Sports Network. And if you're worried about missing a game because ESPN Plus is $10 a month and Dutch Bros is way more important than that, you can watch every game on the Mean Green Sports Network. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely going to be going and watching some sports games tonight. That's all I have for you this week. Back to you at the desk.
The 2020s have been synonymous with the crossover. There have been an abundance of movies and TV shows mixing casts from different universes. And now Americans have been hit by yet another universal collision: McDonald's and Krispy Kreme. Kentucky is so far the only state to be graced with the new team up, with 9 McDonald's locations selling limited donuts for a limited time. Fans of Krispy Kreme will be delighted to know that these locations will feature the famous glazed donut. Flights to Kentucky may skyrocket on October 26th, the day this combo is set to debut.
Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow night at 6 here on North Texas Television.